"Let's go, baby," he murmurs. His teeth close around my nipple, and his thumb and finger pull hard, and I fall apart in his hands, my body convulsing and shattering into 1,000 pieces. He kisses me deeply, his tongue in my mouth, absorbing my cries. Oh my, that was extraordinary. Now I know what all the fuss is about. He gazes down at me, a satisfied smile on his face, and I'm sure there's nothing but gratitude and awe on mine. "You're very responsive," he breathes. "You're going to have to learn to control that. It's going to be so much fun teaching you how." He kisses me again. My breathing is still ragged as I come down from my orgasm. His hand moves down to my waist, to my hips, and then he cups me immediately. Jeez! His finger slips through the fine lace and slowly circles around me. There. Briefly, he closes his eyes and his breathing hitches. "You're so deliciously wet. God, I want you." He thrusts his finger inside me, and I cry out as he does it again and again. He palms my clitoris, and I cry out once more. He pushes inside me harder and harder still. I groan. Suddenly, he sits up and tugs my panties off and throws them on the floor, pulling off his boxer briefs. His erection springs free. Holy cow. He reaches over to his bedside table and grabs a foil packet, and then he moves between my legs, spreading them farther apart. He kneels up and pulls a condom onto his considerable length. Oh no! Will it? How? "Don't worry," he breathes, his eyes on mine. "You expand too." He leans down, his hands on either side of my head, so he's hovering over me, staring down into my eyes, his jaw clenched, his eyes burning. It's only now I register that he's still wearing his shirt. "You really want to do this?" he asks softly. "Please," I beg. "Pull your knees up," he orders softly, and I am quick to obey. "I am going to fuck you now, Miss Steele," he murmurs, as he positions the head of his erection at the entrance of my sex. "Hard," he whispers, and he slams into me. "Ah!" I cry as I feel a weird pinching sensation deep inside me as he rips through my virginity. He stills, gazing down at me, his eyes bright with ecstatic triumph. His mouth is open slightly, and his breathing is harsh. He groans. "You're so tight. You okay?" I nod, my eyes wide, my hands on his forearms. I feel so dull. He stays still, letting me acclimatize. Acclimatize? ACCLIMATIZE. Acclimatize. Acclimate. The word is acclimate. Letting me acclimate to the intrusive... Why is it acclimatize? Sorry. To the intrusive, overwhelming feeling of him inside me. "I'm going to move, baby," he breathes after a moment, his voice tight. Oh. He eases back with exquisite slowness, and he closes his eyes and groans and thrusts into me again. I cry out a second time, and he stills. "More?" he whispers, his voice raw. "Yes," I breathe, and he does it once more, and stills again. I groan, my body accepting him. "Oh, I want this." "Again?" he breathes. "Yes." It's a plea. And he moves, but this time he doesn't stop. He shifts onto his elbows, and I can feel his weight on me, holding me down. He moves slowly at first, easing himself in and out of me, and as I grow accustomed to the alien feeling, my hips move tentatively to meet his. He speeds up, I moan, and he pounds on, picking up speed, merciless, a relentless rhythm, and I keep up, meeting his thrusts. He grasps my head between his hands and kisses me hard, his teeth pulling at my lower lip again. He shifts slightly, and I can feel something building deep inside me, like before. I start to stiffen as he thrusts on and on. My body quivers, bows. A sheen of sweat gathers over me. Oh my. I don't know if it would feel like this. I didn't know it would feel like this. Didn't know it could feel as good as this. My thoughts are scattering. There's only sensation. Only him. Only me. Oh, please. I stiffen. Come for me, Anna, he whispers breathlessly, and I unravel at his words, exploding around him as I climax and splinter into a million pieces underneath him. And as he comes, he calls out my name, thrusting hard, then stilling as he empties himself into me. I am still panting, trying to slow my breathing, my thumping heart. My thoughts are in a riotous disarray. Wow, that was astounding. Am I the only one that feels really awkward right now? Oh, God. I open my eyes, and he has his forehead pressed against mine, his eyes closed, his breathing ragged. Christian's eyes flicker open and gaze down at me, dark but soft. He's still inside me, leaning down. He gently presses a kiss against my forehead and slowly pulls out of me. Oh, I wince at the unfamiliarity. Did I hurt you? Christian asks as he lies down beside me, propped on one elbow. He tucks a stray strand of my hair behind my ear, and I have to grin widely. You are asking if you hurt me? The irony is not lost on me. He smiles sardonically. Seriously, are you okay? His eyes are intense, probing, demanding even. I stretch out beside him, feeling loose-limbed, my bones like jelly, but I'm relaxed, deeply relaxed. I grin at him. I can't stop grinning. Now I know what all the fuss is about. 2 orgasms, coming apart at the seams, like the spin cycle on a washing machine. What the fuck? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh. Whew. I had no idea what my body was capable of. Could be wound so tightly and released so violently, so gratifyingly. The pleasure was indescribable. You're biting your lip, and you haven't answered me. He's frowning. I grin up at him impishly. He looks glorious with his tousled hair, burning, narrowed gray eyes, and serious, dark expression. I'd like to do that again, I whisper. For a moment, I think I see a fleeting look of relief on his face, before the shutters come down, and he gazes at me through hooded eyes. Would you now, Miss Steele? He murmurs dryly. He leans down and kisses me very gently at the corner of my mouth. Demanding little thing, aren't you? Turn on your front. I blink at him momentarily, and then I turn over. He unhooks my bra and runs his hand down my back to my behind. You really have the most beautiful skin. Okay, he murmurs. He shifts so that one of his legs pushes between mine, and he's half lying across my back. I can feel the buttons of his shirt pressing into me as he gathers my hair off my face and kisses my bare shoulder. "Why are you wearing your shirt?" I ask. He stills. After a beat, he shuffles out of his shirt, and he lies back down on me. I can feel his warm skin against mine. It feels heavenly. He has a light dusting of hair across his chest, which tickles my back. "So you want me to fuck you again?" he whispers in my ear, and he begins to trail feather-light kisses around my ear and down my neck. His hand moves down, skimming my waist, over my hip, and down my thigh to the back of my knee. He pushes my knee up higher, and my breath hitches. What's he doing now? He shifts so he's between my legs, pressed against my back, and his hand travels up my thigh to my behind. He caresses my cheeks slowly, and then trails his fingers down between my legs. "I'm going to take you from behind, Anastasia," he murmurs, and with his other hand, he grasps my hair at the nape in a fist and pulls gently, holding me in place. I cannot move my head. I am pinioned beneath him, helpless. "You are mine," he whispers. "Only mine. Don't forget it." His voice is intoxicating, his words heady, seductive. I feel his growing erection against my thigh. His long fingers reach around to gently massage my clitoris, circling slowly. His breath is soft against my face as he slowly nips me along my jaw. "You smell divine," he nuzzles behind my ear. His hand rubs against me, around and around. Reflexively, my hips start to circle, mirroring his hand. As excruciating pleasure spikes through my blood like adrenaline. "Keep still," he orders, his voice soft but urgent. And slowly he inserts his thumb inside me, rotating it around and around, stroking the front wall of my vagina. The effect is mind-blowing, all my energy concentrating on this one small space inside my body. I moan. "You like this?" he asks softly, his teeth grazing my outer ear, and he starts to flex his thumb slowly in, out, his fingers still circling. I close my eyes, trying to keep my breathing under control, trying to absorb the disordered, chaotic sensations that his fingers are unleashing on me. Fire coursing through my body. I moan again. "You're so wet, so quickly, so responsive. Oh, Anastasia, I like that. I like that a lot," he whispers.